Greetings, Quicksilver build fans, and welcome! You're looking at nothing. You're looking at a mod map. And you're probably going, what is this? Oh yes, what is this? This is a baller upgrade, is what this is. So, this is probably the last and final major update that I do to the Dark Fleet, probably for quite a while. But I really wanted this because it will drop my memory timings by a lot, and it's just cool. So, this is G.skill's Trident Z Royale Elite set of memory. And this memory is a 64 gig set of 4x16 sticks, double-sided, and it is a 3600 DDR4 running 14-14-14 timings. It don't get much better than this. And yes, it was not cheap at all. But sometimes you gotta splurge every once in a while. This will be the last splurge I do for a while. But let's see how pretty it is, because I've already sneaked a peek, and it's just straight up baller. It really is. So we gotta slide that off, and it opens like a jewelry box, which I swear, if a computer nerd woman out there buys this, she's gonna think she's Pretty Woman. I swear to God. So the jewelry is in the box, and behind, yes, it comes with its own Trident Z microfiber cloth, and voila, there's the candy right there. That is a whole lot of bling, is what that is. So we're gonna take one of these out. But yeah, these are chrome nickel plated. Full metal heat sinks with the diamond sparkle RGB Royale diffuser on the top. But if you look inside very closely, if I can get the camera to focus. Yep, there we go. You can see, hold on, there's anyways, there's chips on this side, and there's chips on that side. These are double-sided DIMMs. So, oh yeah. Now, Ryzen, running this kit at 4 gigs, the memory controller is probably going to hate me. But we're going to do a couple of things. So one, we're going to see if these will run at XMP, and then if we can tune them down. But also two, we're going to take and we're going to just put 2 sticks in and just run 2 DIMMs, and then see how far we can overclock these things. So yeah. But yeah, that's the candy right there. All right. So oh yes, and they do come with their little own little peels on them, so you don't get the chrome all dirty per se. So hence they give you a cloth to, you know, polish them up with. All right, so we're gonna get these in machine and turn them on. Before, click, click, Zoom in all of its RGB glory. That's right. It's so blingy. So, let's get to the results of a lot of hard work. So, here we go. Okay, so before you can see our 3200 Trident Z memory that we had deep tuned as far as we could get it. That was the 32 gig set of 4 sticks. And that was, those were pretty good scores, honestly. Then, over in the red, you can see this is our Elite set with our deep tune. And I'm going to show you the timings on that here real quick. Okay, and I pulled this out of my Ryzen master log. So you can see we're at a memory clock of 1800, which is 3600 DDR4. Remember, memory clock is half of your actual memory speed because it's double data rate. So our fabric clock, which is our Infinity Fabric for Ryzen, is at just below that, 17667. So unfortunately, with 4 sticks installed, I cannot get it any stinking faster. It just straight up crashes. Probably because of silicon lottery. The silicon in the Infinity Fabric on this particular 5950X probably just isn't good enough to be able to hold full 1800. So I lose a little bit of performance there, but not a lot. As you can see, we're running our SLC voltage at 1.1, which is max that you really want to go for Ryzen. You don't really want to go any higher than that. Also, we're running a line level of level 1 on this, and that was set by default by the motherboard. I had nothing to do with that, but it has to have that in order to be able to even boot XMP. Then you can see we're at 14-14-14-14 with a RAS of, we've dropped it down to 30, and then row time that was originally, I believe XMP on this was 70, we dropped that to 52. It can go down to about 48, but it gets a little unstable. I'm currently, while I'm editing this and recording this video, I am currently running these timings that you're seeing. So these are totally daily stable. So we've got 52 on our RCT. A TRFC is at 280, which is legitimately insane. Usually you can't get TRFC on most memory lower than about 480, maybe 420. If it's Samsung V-Die. This is 280. BuildZoid, I know for a fact, at actual hardware overclocking, his is at 218 or some ridiculously low number. And that's on 2 sticks. It's on 216 gig sticks? Yeah, I think that's on 216 gig sticks, I think. So yeah, absolutely insane TRFC on this kit. Let's see, what else is of good interest here? We got our TFA down to 18. You could probably push it down to about 16, maybe 14. But sometimes you lose, if your TFA gets too low, sometimes you lose performance. And so that doesn't always work in your favor if that's the case. So, let's see. And then we've got, I think that's about it, actually. So, other than we're at a hard lock T1 command or 1T command rate Our CPU on-die termination is 34.3, and that's set by the motherboard, and we are in gear down. If you disable gear down with these config, even with XMP, it will not boot at all. You can't even get into the BIOS. So it's that sketchy. So you have to have gear down mode enabled in order to be able to boot this stuff. So, all right. Okay, so then back to the scores. So we're at, for Time Spy, you can see we're at 2118, which is about a 2100 point improvement. That puts us in hardware spot ranking of 7th for a 6800 XT. Spybot Extreme, we're at over 10 grand, which I can tell you is very hard to do. If you're just running 16 cores, it's really tough. If you're running a big Threadripper on this, yeah, no big deal. Some of the biggest scores for Time Spy Extreme are actually running epic 64-core chips. Firestrike, we're at 41605, which is not a huge improvement because that's very much dependent on the video card and less dependent on... Firestrike pretty much in general is pretty much dependent on the video card and less dependent on the memory itself. But we will also see what happens when we drop this down to just 2 sticks and we go whole hog and see how far we can actually overclock this stuff. I think Buildzoid was able to overclock his set to 44 or 4800 megahertz, I think. And I think he was using a 4750G, I think, to do it. Either that or he might have been running Intel, but I don't think so. Anyways. But yeah, so we'll see if that gets any better when we go down to 2 sticks. Night Raid, we went from 72,548 to 73333, which puts us in 4th place for Night Raid with a 6800 XT. That's also almost a full 1,000 point improvement on that. And then 2 scores, if you go back and look at the 6800 XT upgrade from one of our previous videos from earlier in the year, these 2 weren't in there because I hadn't really got sucked into hardware bot and everything, and so now that I am sucked into hardware bot, we've been going whole hog. And these Skydiver and CloudGate are very memory picky. You really got to run some tight memory timings to be able to get this thing to really go. So, but yeah, anyways, so at Skydiver, we went from 57,847 to 100,599, which puts us in 5th place on hardware bot for Skydiver. So on CloudGate, then you can see we've gone from 81,595 to 84,129, which puts us in 2nd place overall for CloudGate. The next score is about it's not quite 6,000 points ahead of that. So that's a huge jump. The only way I'm going to get that way higher than that is I really got to be able to overclock that 5950. So, unfortunately, I can't do that until it starts getting cold outside. A lot colder than 40 degrees. I got to get the ambient temperature in this office down to probably about 35 degrees. Once I get ambient down to about that, yeah, then I can open this thing up and I should be able to run 4.9, if not 5.0 all-core, if I can get it that cold. If I can get it that cold, I might be able to take 1st in CloudGate. Maybe. We'll see. That will happen in probably February before it gets cold enough to where we can do that. So, but all right, well, that's it. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching. If you like this content, make sure you definitely like it. If you disliked it, tell us why. We get a couple of dislikes every once in a while on some of the videos, and it's just kind of one of those things that we really want I want the feedback. I want to improve the channel and everything. So eventually we can actually make money doing this. It'd be kind of nice. But yeah, give us some feedback. Let us know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, so we can keep this thing going. We're at almost 200 subscribers, and we've been uploading videos for almost a year. So our 1 year anniversary comes up here in just a couple of weeks. So, and we'll be doing a 1 year Nerd Warrior news update. So at that point, so we're going to go over the big deals for the last year. So again, thank you for watching. Look for the links at the bottom in the description. We're going to have definitely going to have G.skill up there, but I'll also put Buildzoid up there because I get a lot of my inspiration for doing the memory deep tuning and overclocking and all that kind of stuff from him, and I learn a ton from that guy. Even though I have been in computers for over 20 years, I haven't been into overclocking or deep tuning memory or anything like that for very long. Before I was pretty much just a stock OEM kind of person, and now I'm getting into all this performance, hardcore computer hardware, and it's very cool. It's very interesting. It has expanded my knowledge of hardware and how it functions greatly. So yeah, but if you have any questions, definitely leave those comments below, and we'll catch you on the next one. And definitely stay tuned, because we're going to pull 2 of these sticks out, and we're going to see how hard we can push them on this machine and see if we can do a little better. So thank you for watching, and bye for now.